was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information.
Katt Williams just blew the internet wide open after dropping bombshell claims about how Beyonce allegedly helped Jay-Z dodge serious trouble behind the scenes. And it didn't stop there. He dragged DMX into the mix too, saying Jay blackballed him simply because DMX refused to bow down like the rest of the rap game. According to Katt, he personally watched this play out and even reached out to DMX because he understood the pain of being iced out by the industry. Katt says just like him, DMX was punished for not playing along with what he calls the freaky rules of the business. And once Jay-Z got that Def Jam power, things took a dark turn for X. Irv Gotti, who used to be tight with Jay, backed it up by saying this wasn't coincidence, it was sabotage. Katt says Jay went out of his way to wreck DMX's career until he had nothing left, leaving him leaning on substances just to make it through the madness. That's some cutthroat behavior. And here's the kicker. Jay and DMX weren't strangers before fame. They had history, but when Jay rose to power as Def Jam's president, he allegedly used that position to crush his old friend out of pure jealousy. DMX had the entire industry in a chokehold at the time, running the charts with 5 consecutive #1 albums, 5 in a row. But the second Jay stepped in, everything changed, and the downfall began.
Everybody knows you've had battles with throughout the years.
Yeah.
So at the time, they were saying that, you was on drugs. That's why they didn't want to invest in you.
Right. They already invested. What you mean they didn't want to invest? They already invested. Like I said, the album was recorded, shot the video, everything. That was just some bullshit. You know what that was.
Do you ever feel
Let's
like
get
people,
rid of the competition?
Do you ever feel like people at the label didn't do enough for you when they could tell that you really needed help? Or do you think that you were too far gone?
No, I was never too far gone. They just, all I needed was just do me like you do everybody else. Don't sit there and speculate about this and think about this and assume this. Just do me like you do everybody else, and it's gonna be all right, man. But that never happened.
So I think with DMX too, you never, Def Jam, I feel, never put a lot into DMX. It was always the groundwork with DMX.
DMX himself went off on Jay in a heated radio interview, accusing him of straight up using his power at Def Jam to sabotage his entire career.
What happened was, I had the crazy track record at Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album.
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, inmates is running the building like, yo, you good. Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good. That's all good.
He didn't hold back, calling Jay out for pulling strings behind the curtain to block his shine. And like I mentioned earlier, Jay's former best friend Irv Gotti backed this up with some wild receipts. According to Irv, Jay was flat out jealous of DMX and even sabotaged a joint album that was supposed to feature Ja Rule, X, and Jay all together. Why? Because Jay couldn't stomach the fact that X absolutely bodied him on every track.
I ever had, I was like, we gotta sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a f. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me Dog.
That kind of bruised ego doesn't heal easy. Jay's cold energy toward X set the tone for their toxic relationship moving forward. Sure, they dropped a couple collabs after that, but insiders swear that behind the scenes it was pure war until the day X passed away. And get this, Irv even spilled that a full collaborative album with J. Rule and DMX was completed but shelved, all because Jay was too salty about being overshadowed.
X was with it, Ja was with it.
Jay wasn't with it.
I tried 2 times to make that album happen. X was with it, Ja was with it.
Why you think Jay didn't want to be about it?
This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't think Jay wanted to get in that room with X and Ja. It was not.
One more than the other, or
listen, no,
both?
No, both. Jay is a very smart person. He's gonna do an album with R. Kelly. R. Kelly worships Jay-Z. Worships him.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West worships Jay-Z.
And Jay Electronica.
They all worshipped him. X and Ja don't worship Jay-Z. You're my man, but when that beat comes on, you're not above me getting at you. And that's what I do not feel Jay wanted to deal with. He didn't want to deal with... You know, I'm saying they would come at each other subliminally. So it wasn't a direct hit where they're gonna say your name and thing, but they coming at you. So do I want to make a whole album with these coming at me? And if I'm Jay-Z, there's a slight chance that, what is it gonna say? I'm not the nicest.
That's what right. It's not worth it.
Where's my win?
Right.
The only thing I'm seeing with this is potential loss. But now people are saying, these is better than you.
Now, here's where things get really wild. Rumors swirl that Jay's obsession with being outshined by X allegedly pushed him to extreme measures. Some even claim Beyonce knows exactly what went down, but stays silent to protect Jay. That silence has people talking louder than ever. And let's be real, this is her husband we're talking about. So nobody's shocked that Beyonce would allegedly keep dark secrets to protect Jay. But the whispers don't stop there, because the streets say Beyonce herself might have some skeletons tucked away too, with Jay stepping in to help her cover it all up. Jaguar Wright came forward with some jaw-dropping accusations, claiming Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't just silence people. They allegedly kept folks locked up inside their mansion, torturing them in the process. Jaguar even took it further, accusing the power couple of being connected to the tragic death of Aaliyah and Jay's late mistress, Kathy White, who was pregnant at the time.
Publicly, Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
That's the kind of claim that shakes the industry to its core. When it comes to Kathy, fans started digging deep and pointing fingers at Beyonce's own music. People believe Bey left chilling clues in her track Daughters. In that song, Beyonce laid out some disturbingly graphic lyrics describing what sounds like a crime scene. The lyrics read, "Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your bloodstains on my custom couture, bathroom attendant let me write it in. She was a big fan. I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do." Fans couldn't ignore how closely those words lined up with Kathy White's mysterious death. Official reports claim she passed away from a brain aneurysm, but Jaguar insists there was more to the story, that Jay and Beyonce were the ones pulling the strings. And with Bey's lyrics echoing like a confession, the theories only get louder. Jaguar claimed Jay only made the call on Kathy White because Beyonce had already found out about their affair, and she was ready to handle it herself if he didn't. That's the level of drama we're talking about.
Was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see? I mean, I'm just speculating.
Allegations that sound straight out of a crime thriller. Now circling back to DMX, things got so heated that Jay actually had to step forward and publicly address the tension. He tried to play it cool, saying that despite all the issues between them, it was still love at the end of the day. But if you listen to Irv Gotti's side of the story, there was nothing loving about that feud. And whispers say Katt Williams also believes Jay had a hand in DMX's tragic death, claiming X was pushed out because he refused to kiss up to Jay like others in the industry did. And when it comes to refusing to play the game, Katt knows that story all too well. He's openly said the industry came after him for standing his ground. Katt revealed that back when he was filming Friday After Next, producers tried to pressure him into doing a scene where his character was assaulted by Terry Crews, all because they thought it would be funny. Katt flat out refused. He told Ice Cube and the producers straight up that there was no way he was going to shoot something like that because there's nothing funny about it. But that choice came at a huge risk. This was his first big movie, and instead of respecting his stance, they painted him as difficult for not going along with it. That moment, Katt says, was when he realized just how ugly Hollywood could really be.
Truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Takes any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. People want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency.
It wasn't just DMX. The industry allegedly tried to take Katt Williams down too, once they realized he wasn't going to be a pawn for their agenda. But unlike X, Katt survived long enough to tell his story, and that's why his words hit so hard today. DMX didn't get that same chance, and according to Katt, the truth about who really took X out will only come to light once Beyonce finally breaks her silence. Fans are divided. Some think it's all smoke, while others swear there's something deeper at play. One person flat out wrote, DMX was not scared of Diddy or Jay-Z. He made that clear plenty of times, especially in that interview where he spoke on the industry. Another fan added, DMX wasn't just a rapper, he was a poet. One of the realest voices we ever had, and nobody will ever do it like X did. But now the big question is on you. Do you think Beyonce is really hiding details about DMX's death? And could Jay-Z have actually been behind it all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is far from over. And don't forget, like this video, hit that subscribe button, share it with your people, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss the next messy breakdown. See you on the next one.